Today I would like to talk about the curious case of a Harley Benton SC custom line in Silverburst. This is the guitar in question, and it looks amazing, at least from a distance. Why? I'll get into that later on, but ultimately I will have to return this guitar. But let's start out how I actually found this guitar and why I ordered it. I actually pre-ordered this guitar the minute I saw it at Thomann, because it's got the correct teardrop shaped Silverburst. And in this price range, this is a €250 guitar, there's no competition. Epiphone and LTD both did versions where the silver just runs up here, which is just wrong. If you do Silverburst, please do a teardrop style on a single cut guitar. And the only thing I didn't like from the first time I saw it was the inlays, because they're wrong. If you have a custom binding, you either go for block inlays, or if you say this is a modern take like an Eclipse, you go for flex like ESP does. But I didn't really mind that much, so yeah, I put down the payment, I waited, and I was checking Thomann every day for the availability, and sure enough, 3 months later, it was in stock, and I expected a delivery notice soon. But instead, I received a cancellation of my order, and it said B-stock model. But wait a minute, I didn't order a B-stock Harley Benton. I already have in the past, and I really don't see a problem with it. They have really awesome guitars marked as B. I've got a black one like this, and it's fantastic for the price, but it's €100 less. So I asked the customer support what happened, and Thomann has an awesome customer service, and they replied within the hour. And they told me that the first batch they got, all of them were B-stock models. So they asked me if I wanted a full refund or a partial refund and the guitar. And knowing B-stock models from Thomann, I wanted to see it in person. So I got a €25 discount, which is okay because it's 10%. And when I took it out of the box, my heart just sank because something happened to the finish. You can feel bumps all over the place. There are runs everywhere. So I didn't fully understand what happened to this guitar until I took a closer look. If you run your finger across all of the binding and all of the lines, you notice that there's an overlap, and that usually doesn't happen with guitars. At least not with the type of finish that I know. Then I checked the fretboard, and there's silver finish on the fretboard, which I didn't understand how that could have happened. It's overspray. And if you feel the backside, you can actually feel the rockiness of the silver into the black. Also, there are scrape marks around here, really big ones. And then I checked the back of the headstock, and sure enough, there are 6 filled holes where other tuners have been installed. So I think what happened is that Thomann basically asked the factory in Vietnam, "We need Silverburst right now. How fast can you deliver?" And the factory, being the factory they are, they basically used existing finished models and resprayed them, which isn't a good idea. How do I know? I've resprayed one guitar myself, and it took me 7 years to get it to a level where I feel comfortable showing it to other people. Yeah, so what I think happened, they just resprayed it. And if you take a closer look at the sides, I think this guitar has been brown. And other tuners have been installed vintage style ones because the holes are filled. So yeah, I will have to return this guitar because it's a respray, and It's also got some minor problems with binding, and it's got a nick around here. There's white marks around every bridge post. And it doesn't even play as good as my other one, which was €100 cheaper. So yeah, sadly, this is not the way to go. I don't think it's representative of Harley Benton's quality, but it's representative of how factories deal with high demand. If you rush something into production, you will have to have some drawbacks. And in this case, it's the finish, which is bumpy. And sadly, I don't agree with the fact that you can respray guitars and sell them at a higher price point. So yeah, thank you for watching and goodbye. This is going to thomann.